Not that I need an excuse to talk about sapphic books, being the giant queer that I am, but we're gonna, and I've got 10 for you, and then maybe some extras at the end that I think of as we go along, because I can't stop adding to this list. Number 1 is the book I will yap about given any opportunity whatsoever, and that is The Sky on Fire by Jen Lyons. This is a heist book. This is set in a world where dragons rule the skies, cities are up in the clouds or in deep, thick jungles, and dragons are a thing. They are the ruling class, they rule the world, they hoard shit, and everyone else just has to deal with that. We follow Anarod, who is on the run from Neveranimas. The lead dragon, the emperor dragon, I've forgotten her exact title, but she's a bad bitch and she's dangerous as fuck, and they want to steal her shit. And that's the whole premise of the book. It's really cool. It's so entertaining. It's unlike any other book I've read recently. Even not recently, I don't think I've ever read a book quite like it. It's a standalone. It's a seriously good heist. There's some really cool chases, there's really good polyamory rep, there's sky ships, and if I haven't sold you by that point, I think you just need to go and look it up just to be safe, just to be on the safe side. I need more people to read this book. Next we have Bloom by Delia S. Dawson. My bad, it's Delilah S. Dawson. This is a horror novella, which is utterly vile, fair warning, and is not necessarily a happy relationship, but it is a Woola relationship. We follow Rosemary, who meets Ash at a farmer's market where she is selling cupcakes and candles and baked goods and lots of like homemade stuff, and the romance spirals from there, and I won't give anything else away because it's a novella and that would be telling. Very gay. Very gay book. Number 3 is Gideon the Ninth, and also Nona the Ninth and Harrow the Ninth, and I said those in the wrong order. The Ninth House series. Read it. So gay. So gay. In Gideon the Ninth, we follow Gideon, who is the bodyguard to Harrow, who is... Oh my god, how do I describe it? It's been a minute since I read the books. Number 1, you're going to get so confused by these books. You need to stick with it. And if you can't stick with it, try the audiobook, because Tamsin Muir... No, that's who wrote it. Moira Quirk narrates the audiobooks, and she does a fantastic job. She does different voices for every character, and they're really easy to understand, and having those different voices makes such a difference when you're consuming the book. I've read this whole series twice now, and it only started to make sense the second time round. And I know that doesn't sound appealing, I know, but it's lesbian necromancers in space in an escape room that's an old mansion on this haunted planet, and they like have to pair up. There's like 2 people from each planet, and they all come to this house and they have to solve this mystery, and there's so much gross bone shit and just general necromantic disgustingness, and it's so funny. It's so unbelievably funny, and I will shout about this series till the day I die. Thank you. Number 4 might be pushing it a little bit, because technically one of them is a sentient blob, but Someone You Can Build a Nest In is a fantastic book. We follow Shasheshin, who is an amorphous blob who can shapeshift into whatever she likes. She can pull in like debris and twigs and chains and whatever is around her into her blobby slime of a form to create whatever shape she wants to be in that day. One day, monster hunters come and invade the old ruined mansion that she has made a nest in, and she has to evade them and then has to fight them and get back her home. And in the process of that, she meets Homily, who is a sweet middle-aged, I think she's a healer, but she's like everything love interests aren't in these books, and it's just fantastic. She is the sweetest fucking cinnamon roll you've ever met in your life, and Shasheshin decides that Homily would be the perfect person to build a nest in to lay her eggs in. Yeah. Just roll with it. Just read the book. You'll get it. Slight change of tack. Next one is Siren Queen by Neve Vo. Thank you, Retty. I had never heard of that book before it came up for a vlog prompt, because I hadn't realised Neve Vo had written anything outside of her this series, which I didn't love. But this one I loved. Siren Queen is fantastic. We follow Luli Wei, who wants nothing more than to be a part of Hollywood and the silver screen, except it's not quite Hollywood as we know it. All the media barons that run Hollywood have made deals with the devil, and they run across the night sky on Friday nights a la Wild Hunt, and they sacrifice people, and you are basically selling your soul if you want to be part of this market. But Luli does, that's all she's ever wanted, so she goes there. And in a place full of gorgeous, ambitious women who want nothing more than to get to the top and stay there, there are some fantastic character interactions. This is a book unlike anything else I've ever read. I have not heard anyone talk about it on BookTube, and I think more people should, because it's a really great example of magical realism. I wouldn't call it full fantasy at all, and it has a lot to say about things that are still relevant today. And I think more people need to read it, please, and thank you. Next we have Lady Eve's Last Con. This is about Ruth. Ruth and her sister are con people, but Ruth and her sister got screwed over on the last con they did, so Ruth has decided that she is going to get her own back. She disguises herself as a wealthy socialite, and she goes back to a previous mark called Esteban to try and screw him the fuck over for hurting her sister. However, not everything goes to plan, because Esteban has an incredibly hot older sister called Sol, who gets in the mix. And it's not very trusting. And Ruth gets a little bit more than she bargained for. It's a romance, it's a heist, it's sci-fi. There's a lot of good character interactions. There's a couple of good tropes that everyone loves to see in a romance. It's really good. And I'm saying that about like a pure romance. So you know it's got to be okay. Following in the sci-fi wake, and one that has actually just been published, is Of Monsters and Mainframes. I got pre-approved for a NetGalley arc of this. This is another bindery production publication by the lovely Jason over at Easy Cat, and I loved it, which is saying something because it's sci-fi. I don't read a lot of sci-fi, but here's 2 in a row. Of Monsters and Mainframes is sci-fi comedy horror with a little bit of sapphic-ness, or a lot, depending on your interpretation. If I tell you any more, it ruins it. There's more than a little bit of sapphic energy to this book, and I can't tell you how, but what I can tell you is that we follow Demeter, who is a spaceship shuttling travellers between Earth and Alpha Centauri, and people on her ship keep dying, which is not great, and the humans don't like that very much. And she works out that it is Dracula killing them off, because Dracula in space, why not? This was a really interesting premise. I've not read or heard of anything like this ever before, but I'm not also a sci-fi nerd, so I might be wrong. We pull on not just Dracula, but other creatures from other classic works in literature, and having them all on a spaceship and interacting was a whole load of fun. And also, because it's told from Demeter's point of view, she's very much a computer. She very much sees things in a very binary way. She can only see what her cameras show her. She can only interpret certain things a certain way. And then we also have Steward, who is the medical robot situation in the med bay, and they talk to each other. And Steward is very different, and Steward has a faulty ethics chip, which makes everything so much more fun, basically. So having this story told by the 2 robots when we're dealing with things that are outside of their norm and outside of their rules makes for some very fucking funny points of view that we do jump around later on in the book, and it's really good. Please read it, it's so good. Next we have The Incandescent by Emily Tesh. This is about Dr. Walden, who is the director of magic at Chetwood Academy, which is a boarding school in the UK for magic kids, basically. She teaches them how to summon demons, she teaches them the safety and how to deal with their magic powers, and she is the teacher. She is the one doing the risk assessments. The first chapter is her filling out a risk assessment for teaching her class how to do demon summoning, like arrays and stuff like that. She is no nonsense, really funny, dry humour, just wants to get the job done. She's incredibly smart. It's just fantastic. Emily Tesh nails every aspect of English boarding school and teacher that I can relate to, because as someone who went to a boarding school and also taught children for a few years, she nails that. She absolutely understands where teachers are coming from and what would happen if we were teaching children how to use magic, because I wouldn't want to be filling out those risk assessments. The world building in this is really cool and really simple to understand. It makes a lot of sense. And Dr. Walden, or Sapphi, is bisexual. And there's some sapphic stuff in this book. Can confirm, cannot say any more than that. So good. So good. If you are looking for some unproblematic magic schools in your reading, please pick this up. It's so good. It's also standalone, which is, big bonus. I can't talk about sapphic books without mentioning Carmilla. For those who are not aware, Carmilla is a vampire novel written before Dracula by a woman called J. Sheridan Le Fanu. It is fantastic. It is really short if you want to give it a read. It's on Everand if you have Everand. And I found it quite easy to read despite not enjoying classic style of writing very much. It is not inherently sapphic, but it's very easily implied in some scenes. put it that way. It's a short read, just read it. Like, honestly, if you haven't read it already, what are you doing? The plot, I should probably explain the plot. We follow Laura, who lives with her father in a big old castle in a gothic forest, all on her own, and she is lonely. And then one day, Camilla comes into their lives and turns everything upside down and everything that they thought they knew on its head. And it is gothic and dreary and dramatic and sort of flouncy skirts and windows bursting open, and like every vampire trope that you know stems from this book. This is it. This is the source material for a lot of the vampire stuff we see these days. And last on my list, we have Little Rot by Akwaeke Emezi. This book is, it's fantastic. Akwaeke Emezi is a poet, and they are absolute masters of character writing. They absolutely nail it. Their novels are full of so many rich characters that all have such distinct personalities and traits. You dive headfirst into their books. You're not given a choice. And this story follows the gritty, dark underbelly of a Nigerian city and the spiral, tangled web that various characters, I think we follow like 7 or 8 different people, how their lives are all intertwined and how they link up. And it is dark and it is sexy and it is like tangled and filthy and gritty. And I think I've used those words too many times, but you get the picture. It's so good. Not a lot of plot happening. It's very much character focused, but it's just fantastic. Like, you can tell it was written by a poet in the best way. If you have any other sapphic recs, please do drop them down below. I'm always on the lookout for more sapphic reads. Bonus points if they're not just romance books, because I don't tend to read romance books, but if they are other kinds of stories with sapphic elements, I'm here. Give me those recommendations, please. You know what to do at the end of a YouTube video. Like and subscribe and all that good shit, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you, bye.